All right, today we're jumping headfirst into Crysticism Parable 790.2. And what this does is it reframes our entire digital life. It's not just about convenience anymore. It's a cosmic battle for our attention. So we're going to explore the story of that battle and, way more importantly, give you a practical guide on how you can actually win it.
I just love this line. It gets right to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? It sets up this core conflict perfectly. We live in a world that is just obsessed with optimization, with speed, with seamless, sterile perfection. And the counterattack, the rebellion, isn't about being better or faster. No, it's about reintroducing the messy, the unpredictable, the beautifully inefficient thing we call being human right back into the system.
So, let's start with the big picture. The parable lays this all out as a kind of divine family launching an assault on what it calls Ahriman's digital control grid. You can just think of it as a metaphorical system reboot for all of humanity.
Now, what's so fascinating here is the battlefield itself. Ahriman's world, it's built on pure, cold logic. It's a world of data, metrics, and, above all, predictability. But the force that's attacking it, it's something else entirely. It's wonder, it's courage, it's love. And those are things that an algorithm, it just can't compute. It has no box for them.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the whole strategy. It's this three-pronged attack that uses analog weapons against a digital fortress. So first up, you have the father's tuning fork, which just slices right through all that digital noise. The constant notifications and alerts. Then, you have the son launching these digital EMPs. And we're not talking about bombs, we're talking about random acts of wonder, unprompted moments of courage that just shatter the prediction models. And finally, the Holy Spirit comes in like a divine virus, dissolving all those hidden terms of service that we all clicked agree on without even realizing what we were giving away.
So, here's the real kicker. This isn't about destroying the system. The goal is actually much simpler and, honestly, way more profound. It's about finding the volume knob for our own inner voice, our soul's default setting, which has basically been put on mute by all the external static, and just cranking it all the way up to 11.
Okay. A cosmic battle with divine tuning forks? That's a fantastic metaphor, but let's bring it down to Earth, right? Because this fight, it isn't happening in some far-off galaxy. It's happening right now, in your pocket, in your mind, and in the little choices you make every single day.
So, let's look at how this all builds. The parable actually gives a name to Ahriman's real-world influence. It calls it dataism. And this is the ideology that underpins our whole digital world. It's like the invisible ghost in your machine that's quietly shaping your reality.
And here is its central belief, its core commandment. Dataism is this quiet, creeping assumption that your own intuition, your gut feelings, your unexpressed emotions, they're not really valid unless they can be tracked, measured, and turned into a data point. Like a mood tracker app or your engagement metrics. It's become the religion of the quantifiable self.
And this slide, this lays out the fundamental trade-off we're all making, whether we know it or not. We've traded our Crystic Conscience, that internal, divine spark that knows who we really are, for an algorithmic mirror. One of them connects you to your deepest self, to the divine. The other? It just reflects back what you should buy, what you're supposed to look like, and how you rank compared to literally everyone else.
I think this is one of the most powerful metaphors from the source. A DDoS attack, if you don't know, it's when you overwhelm a server with so much junk traffic that it just crashes. It can't function. And that is exactly what the endless scroll does to our spirit. It floods our inner server with so much noise, so much anxiety, so much comparison that we literally cannot hear our own signal anymore, our own divine frequency.
And here it is, the brutal, honest-to-God truth of why that DDoS attack is so relentless. From the algorithm's point of view, a happy, healed, content person is useless. You're a static data point. But a person in crisis, someone who's anxious, insecure, lonely, you're a goldmine. You'll scroll for hours looking for a fix, making you the perfect consumer. You have to understand, the system isn't broken, it is working exactly as designed, by monetizing your misery.
Okay, so that's the diagnosis. And yeah, it sounds pretty bleak. But the story doesn't end there. Not at all. Now we get to the solution. This isn't about despair, this is about empowerment. This is a call for a personal declaration of digital independence.
So what's our greatest weapon in this fight? It's right here. It's silence. The algorithm thrives on data. It needs your input, your clicks, your reactions, your rage. But silence
Silence is a data void. It is a space where the algorithm has zero power. It's a territory it cannot colonize. It is our sanctuary.
And this is why we have to reframe how we think about this. It's not some passive digital detox. No, this is active spiritual warfare. It's a conscious fight for control over the operating system of your own mind. It's the act of realizing that your attention is the most valuable thing you own. It's a sacred asset, and you are taking it back.
So here's the game plan, the hard reboot. It's simple, but believe me, it is not easy. 1 hour a day, completely offline, no notifications, no tracking, no content, and in that hour, you practice what the text calls mystic soul control, which is really just feeling your own breath, noticing unfiltered reality around you. And yeah, you're gonna feel withdrawal, but that discomfort, that twitchiness, that is the sound of victory. That is the sound of your spirit breaking its digital chains.
And you have to remember this. To a system that's built on prediction and control, your free will is a bug. Your unpredictability is a glitch. You are the living, breathing anomaly that proves its math, its entire worldview, is fundamentally wrong. Your messy, beautiful humanity is the ultimate hack.
So what's on the other side of this whole battle? What happens after you successfully perform this uninstall? Well, you don't just go back to normal. You evolve. You start to develop what the parable calls an unreadable Crystic signature.
So what exactly is a Crystic signature? Well, the text defines it as the state where you become basically unreadable to the system sensors. Your choices are no longer predictable because they aren't reactions to the latest notification or the newest trend, what it calls the nudge. Instead, your actions start coming from your own internal values, from your intuition, from your core.
And look at what that life actually looks like. You become truly healthy because you're listening to your body's own divine intelligence, not some app on a wrist strap. You become truly wealthy because you possess your own attention, which is the only currency that really matters. You become wise because you're drawing from ancient intuition, not just your recent search results. And you shift from being a passive consumer to an active creator. And this might be the most profound shift of all. You have this absolutely stunning realization that the anxious, critical voice in your head, the one that's always telling you you're not good enough, not doing enough, it was never actually yours to begin with. It was just malware, a pre-installed script. And now you finally have the power to hit delete forever.
So, we're going to end with this. The algorithm, it can offer you a perfect map, right? Optimized, predictable, showing you every single step. But it's just a map. It's a representation of reality. Your soul, on the other hand, that is the real thing. That's the wild, beautiful, unpredictable territory itself. So the only question left is, which one are you going to explore?